warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the chance that was given to me, and also thank you for coming to my presentations. Let me introduce myself. My name is Indah Khairunisa from class 3C, and in these good occasions, I would like to bring you a presentation about the research journal, column 3 number 2, that has entitled The Correlations Between Student Grammar Mastery and the Translation Ability, that was written by Faridah Okhtari, Mukhrizal, and Arasuli from English Education Studies Program Department of Language and Art, University of Bengkulu, and this article was published on September 2019. Now I'm going to deal with 4 aspects of the subject. The first one is about goals and definition. The second one is about the methodology of this research. The third one is about the result, and the last one is about the conclusions. I have made a slide, as you can see. Here we go. The first thing that we have to know is about what is the aim of this research. This research was attempted to investigate the student grammar mastery and the student translation ability and the correlations between both variables. Now we have known about goals of this research, and then the next slide is about background of the research. What we have to know is what is translations and what is the correlations between student grammar mastery and their translations ability. Translations is a process of interpreting one language into another language. Translation is important to connect the two different languages by contributing the search language into the target language in order to produce the information in the search language become acceptable and understandable. This method makes the English students should have the translations ability to avoid misunderstanding when translating the target language, the search language, into the target language. However, translation is not an easy job that can be done by anyone. One of the problems in translation is every language has their own rule and system. It means that when the English students translate the language into another language, they have to know the grammatical of the target language. It is because the differences of grammatical system between search language and the target language. So in process of translation, there is a stage where the translator should analyze the text in terms of grammatical relationship. And through this research, the researcher want to know about the student grammar mastery and the student translations ability is good or not. Then the researcher want to know about if there is any positive correlations between student grammar mastery and their translations ability. In the 6th semester student in English Education Study Program of University of Bengkulu 2018 until 2019. And the second slide is about the method that used by the researcher. The research was designed as a quantitative correlations method, and the instrument that used by the researcher were the grammar test and translation test. The population of this research was the 6th semester student in English Education Program of Bengkulu University in the academic year 2018 until 2019 that consists of 2 classes. There are 38 students from class A and 40 students from class B. So the total sample is 40 students. And the results stated that the student grammar mastery was poor and the student translation ability was inadequate. It is due to, in this research, the sample translated Indonesian text into English. So the researcher conclude that there are some reasons there are some reasons why the student was poor in grammar mastery and translations ability. The first one is because student lack of knowledge of vocabulary. The second one is because student lack of knowledge about sentence pattern, and the last one is because student lack of knowledge about tenses. So, okay, now we come to the end of our presentations. Is all of the material clear enough? Okay, so from all of the material, I can conclude that if the student have good mastery in grammar, it can be predicted that they are good in translations. But when the student not good in grammar, it can be predicted that their translations ability is not good either. Maybe that's all from my presentation. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.